Okay, so we had not written anything. The topic was currency conversion in the presence of bid-ask rates. Okay, please write down. Point number A. FX market. Okay, the short form of foreign exchange is Forex and the short form of Forex is FX. Okay, FX market is an over-the-counter market, okay, OTC, where banks act as market makers FX market is an over-the-counter market where banks act as market makers and provide bid-ask quotation. Bid-ask quotation. The FX market is an over-the-counter market where banks act as market makers and provide bid-ask quotations. Dash. Parachange. ICICI Bank. Rupee per dollar 68.20/69.10. Rupee per dollar 68.20/69.10. Please circle dollar. Right on the side of it. Focus on base currency, that is dollar. Focus on base currency, that is dollar. I just created some space so that I can write nicely about 68.2, 69.1. 68.2, first bullet, bid rate. What is it called? Bid rate. Second bullet, rate at which ICICI can buy dollar. Rate at which ICICI can buy dollar. So buy, bid. The words are same. Buy and bid. We bid for something. Third bullet, rate at which customer can sell dollar. Rate at which customer can sell dollar. Rate at which customer can sell dollar. The last bullet is important because we will follow the last bullet. I think you can complete the right side notes yourself right now. Please do that. 3 bullet notes. So do you remember the 2 names of 69.1? What are the 2 names of 69.1? Ask rate or offer rate. Ask rate or offer rate. OFFER. Ask rate or offer rate. When you offer to sell something, na, you quote a price. It's ask rate or offer rate. Second bullet also you're writing yourself. Rate at which ICICI can sell dollars. Okay, rate at which ICICI can sell dollars. Third bullet, Rate at which customer can buy dollar. The third interpretation is most useful for us. Okay, rate at which customer can buy dollar. But remember, the most important thing was this. Focus on the base currency. If you don't, then what happens with students, I'm telling you, listen to me. All students remember that to buy right side, to sell left side. Students remember to buy the higher rate, to sell the lower rate. I never taught that. I said to buy the base currency, right side, to sell the base currency, left side. So if you're not focusing on the base currency, it's lucky draw. Okay? Note. Note number 1. Think from customer's point of view. Think from customer's point of view. Think from customer's point of view. Note number 2. Think about base currency. Think about base currency. Note number 3. For a moment, let's think about the market maker. Let's think about the market maker. For a moment, comma, let's think about the market maker. Market maker. Dash ICICI Bank, dash ICICI Bank in our example. ICICI Bank in our example. Dash. It seems ICICI Bank will keep on buying dollar at 68.2. It seems that ICICI Bank will keep on buying dollars at 68.2 and selling dollars at 69.1. Buying dollars at 68.2 and selling dollars at 69.1. ... Making a profit of rupees 0.90 per dollar. Making a profit of rupees 0.90 per dollar on every round trip. Making a profit of rupees 0.90 per dollar on every round trip. Round trip, you understood? You have to complete the story now. Buy and then sell. If you only buy, the profit is not there. If you only sell, profit is not there. Only when you buy and you sell, then the profit is there. Okay? Full stop. This rupees 0.9. This rupees 0.9 per dollar. This rupees 0.9 per dollar is known as. This rupees 0.9 per dollar is known as the bid-ask spread. This rupees 0.9 per dollar is known as the bid-ask spread. This rupees 0.9 per dollar is known as the bid-ask spread. Full stop. Now, once again, if I was teaching some other curriculum, I will discuss at length what are the determinants of the spread. What does the spread depend upon? When is a healthy market? When the spread is low. Because then the market is healthy, customers are not getting hurt. But in our exam, none of that stuff is there, because of which I stop it over there. I don't have to go into that direction. What are the components of spread? How is the spread determined? How does it behave in Indian market and all that stuff? All that portion is not there. Okay? Now, why did I touch upon this portion then? Why? Because I needed to tell you and ask you something. Tell me something. Can ICICI Bank quote ask rate less than bid rate? Can you imagine any situation where ICICI Bank will quote an ask rate less than the bid rate? Can ICICI Bank quote an ask rate less than bid rate? Impossible. Impossible. ICICI Bank will not quote an ask rate which is less than what? Bid rate. It will always quote an ask rate higher than bid rate. So what's great about it? The greatness about it is that in the wholesale market especially, when transactions take place, they take place over the phone. Over the phone, which means you are sitting in ICICI Bank, you are sitting in ICICI Bank, and I am sitting in State Bank of India, and I make a call to you, what's the rate for rupee per dollar? What's the rate for rupee per dollar? And you tell me 68.20, you tell me 68.20 oblique 10. 68.20 oblique 10, because you're getting so many calls now. You don't have the time to say 68.20 oblique 69.10. You don't have the time to say 68.20 oblique 69.10. What do you say? 68.20 oblique 10. In fact, you say 68.2010. 68.2010. It's spoken fast. Okay, so 68.20 oblique 10. Obviously, oblique 10 cannot be 10. Can the ask rate be 10? If the bid rate is 68.20, can the ask rate be 10 rupee? So ICICI Bank is ready to buy at 68.20 and sell at 10 rupees. Is it possible? No. So the other person has to understand, yeah, it's okay. He's trying to say 69.1. Because it can't be 68.1 also. It can't be 68.1. It has to be what? 69.1. Okay? So I am telling you the rate, you give me the answer. 68.60 oblique 50. 69.50. 68.20 oblique 80. 68.80. 68.80. So the ask rate is often in the exam given incomplete, and the student has to understand the same by common sense. The ask rate shall be incomplete, given partially, only the decimal portion. You have to understand it out of common sense. Of course, rates can also be in 4 decimal places. In how many decimal places? 4 decimal places. For instance, the rate is dollar per pound 1.3620 oblique 80. Yes, please. 1.3620 oblique 1.3680. It cannot be 1.80. You may feel 1.80, but that's too much a gap. 1.3620, 1.80 is too big a gap. Okay, on a base of 1.36, the gap is too big. 1.3620, 1.3680. Okay, and if the rate would have been 10, then 1.3620 oblique 3710. Because it can't be 1.3610. It has to be 1.3710. This part over here is a common sense discussion going on. Once again I repeat that many CE students, out of being heavily pressurized due to all the studies, they lose their common sense. Sometimes. Because when they're studying in class, they're trying to overstress. This thing requires lesser stress. If you're overstressing yourself, you'll not understand. If you're taking it lightly, it's okay, sir, speaking common sense. The right side has to be interpreted, it's okay. He'll cite 3 or 4 examples, okay, so that I can remember, and then I'll confront further examples in sums. Keep it light, it's very easy part going on. Very, very easy portion. Okay, the ask rate is often incomplete. It's the decimal portion. One has to interpret it by applying common sense that the ask rate got to be a little more than the bid rate. A little more than the bid rate. Because if I say more than bid rate, you'll argue, why can't this be 80? Well, 1.80 when it was 80, no? A little more than the bid rate. Okay? When I should not speak what I'm going to speak right now, but I'm just wanting to. If somebody is saying 68.20 oblique 50 oblique 50. Now this is obvious, this is 68.50. But if somebody is saying 68.20 oblique 70, this is bad. Bad because the other side could have been 70.00. 68.20 and 70.00 are close. 68.20 and 70.00 are close, na? In fact, since you did not feel the closeness, let me change it now. Now see na. 69.20 oblique 70. Even 70 is perfectly fine. But 69.70 is also okay. So this will not come in the exam. Okay? What will come in the exam is only that which is by common sense acceptable. Okay? And then when you ask, so if it comes, two solutions. Okay? Whereas it will not come in the exam. Okay. So, give a note please. A note, yeah. Note. Notes were going on, note 1, note 2, note 3. Correct? How many notes did we write? 3. Note 4. Sometimes exchange rate on the ask side. Sometimes exchange rate on the ask side is given in an incomplete sense. Sometimes exchange rate on the ask side is given in an incomplete sense. Incomplete sense, ... We have to interpret it. We have to interpret it based on common sense. We have to interpret it based on common sense. We have to interpret it based on common sense. Based on common sense and understanding that ask rate has to be, slightly higher than, ask rate has to be slightly higher than the bid rate. Ask rate has to be slightly higher than the bid rate. Ask rate has to be slightly higher than the bid rate. Okay. Para change. Example. Rupee per dollar 68.20 oblique 90 implies 68.20 oblique what? 68.90. Rupee per dollar 68.20 oblique 10 implies 68.20 oblique 69.10, because it can't be 68.1. Rupee per dollar 68.2040 oblique 10 implies 68.2040 oblique waiting for you 68.2110. When it's given 10, it's the last two decimal. Okay, it was the last two decimal. Of course, you can argue, sir, this could also have been 69.10, but then it would be in two decimal. The rate is in 4 decimal. So then you will argue it can be 69.1000. You know you are doing it wrong. Okay, it's not a question of what is possible. It's a question of what we have to do. Next, euro per dollar. What did we discuss in class today? More than 1 or less than 1? Euro per dollar? Can't say. Can't say. We discussed now whether euro is precious than dollar or dollar precious than euro. You can't say. We don't check googly over here. Correct? Let's write down 0.9240 oblique 10. Yes, implies 0.9240. Waiting for you. 0.9310. Okay? So this is ample illustration of what we are discussing, and others will come. Obviously, can this sum come in the exam? Okay, what does this mean? So you're understanding we are trying to build blocks on which big sums will be done. That's what is going on. Not a single sum exam oriented has taken place. Okay. To be. Point number 2B. Okay, 2B. So we maintain the notes in a very, very nice manner in class. Everything flows a sequence. Okay? So that it's possible to revise very nicely. So I'm discussing 2B. 2B is rules of conversion. Bracket. However, I don't bracket, however, writing everything down makes it more formal. Writing everything down makes it more formal. Dash, avoid it. Avoid it, bracket close. So I'm trying to say I'm going to dictate two rules. But if you make it rule based, it will become very disinteresting. So later when you are revising, you will practice more with examples rather than the rules. So that's what I was trying to suggest. Okay, write down. A by B dash X oblique Y. A by B dash X oblique Y. A and B are the currencies, X and Y are the bid and ask rate. And I'm assuming no googly. First bullet, sell 50,000 B dash. Answer please. I have to sell 50,000 units of B. So how much A will I get? You are supposed to reply to be 1 out of 4 answers. One answer is 50,000 X. Second answer is 50,000 Y. Third answer is 50,000 by X. Fourth answer is 50,000 by Y. 50,000 amount, rate is X and Y. So you are supposed to tell me 50,000 into X, or 50,000 into Y, or 50,000 divided by X, or 50,000 divided by Y. What? 50,000 into X. Okay, we are selling B now, we are selling B. At what rate do you sell? The left rate. And the rate is of B, the amount is also of B. So multiply. Correct? Write down 50,000 into X. 50,000 into X. Next bullet. Buy 50,000 B. Buy 50,000 B. You have to buy B. So how many A required? 50,000 into Y. Because you want to buy B, the rate is Y. And the rate is of B only, na? So into. You are not liking it because algebra is going on. We take numbers, it's more comfortable. But rules are bad, na? That is why I say avoid it. I have dictated in the bracket. Next. Sell 50,000 A. Sell 50,000 A. Now we don't have to think about A. Sell A means buy B. Sell A means buy B. So we'll take Y, the rate is Y, but that rate is of B while 50,000 is A. So what? Divide. Write down. Dash 50,000 divide by Y. Fourth bullet. Buy 50,000 A. So we don't have to think about A. Buy A means sell B. So which rate? X. But the rate is of B and we have 50,000 A. So what? Divide. 50,000 divide by X. Can there be any other situation in any sum for the next 11 classes? No. There will be these 4 cases only. It's you who are going to make your mind comfortable. It's so easy. Focus on the base currency. That's the only message. So give one liner. Focus on the base currency. Never a mistake. Okay? Example. Example. Dollar per pound 1.6320 oblique 70. 1.6320 oblique 70. Sell dollars 80,000. Answer please. You have to sell dollars 80,000 to get pound. What is the answer? Positive body language please. If you're having the calci, you're not calculating, so I can't help you. So this English batch over here, we have around 30 students. Okay? Let's make it super 30. Okay, brilliant results. Everybody getting more than 90. Let's have that positivity now. Okay? Yeah, so I was saying, what is the answer? The process please. 80,000 divided by 1.6370. 80,000 divided by 1.6370. Okay, 80,000 divided by 1.6370, because we are selling dollar, but dollar is not our concern. Our concern is what? Pound. We are buying pound. Therefore, the ask rate 1.6370. And sir, 80,000 is dollars, but the rate is of pounds, so we are supposed to what? Divide. Okay. So 80,000 divided by 1.6370. Yes, what is the answer? 48869.88. What? What was it? Pound. Answer 48869.88. Next example. Euro per pound 1.7320 oblique 10. Sell pound 40,000. Sell pound 40,000. So the answer is, I can't wait for 5 minutes over there. Na? The answer is 40,000 into 1.7320. That's the easiest one, because pound is the base currency. We are selling pound. And that's the rate. The rate is a pound. The amount is a pound. So 40,000 into 1.7320. 40,000 into 1.7320. Yes, what is it? 69,280. 69,280 euro. 69,280 euro. Example. USD oblique INR 68.20 oblique 10. Now this is googly. So in the exam you will write this as what? INR per USD 68.20 oblique what? 69.10. Okay with it? Because you have preparing from the point of your right hand batsman. You have to do it, otherwise it will be all confusing. All bid ask, everything will be wrong if you don't play like a right hand batsman. So whenever there is a googly given, copy the sum in your answer sheet as a non-googly. Okay? Right. Buy rupees 5 lakh. Buy rupees 5 lakh. Okay, a US person is coming to India. He wants to buy rupees 5 lakh so that he can do shopping. Buy rupees 5 lakh. Yeah? How much? How much dollar required? 5 lakh divide by 68.20. Because you are buying rupees by selling dollar, na? How will the US person buy rupees? By selling dollar. So 5 lakh by 68.2, how much? Rupees 7331.38. 7331.38. 7331.38. Dollar, yeah, sorry. Dollar 7331.38. Okay. Now it's seeming very boring giving this examples. Okay. But this is important also. So I have to give further examples. What these examples are lacking is the underlying story. Which means with a story, I can force you to understand whether we are buying or selling. Na? Over here, I am not forcing you. I am giving you, we are buying rupees. No, I will not tell you. I will give you the story. From the story, you understand what are we doing with the base currency. Understood? So same examples once again, but this time with story. The stress in the story is that you have to understand which currency we are selling, which currency we are buying, because always you are selling one currency and buying the other. Then focus on the base. What are we doing with the base? Collect the rate, then divide or multiply. Are you understanding what's going to happen? I'll give you the story. With the story, you will understand which currency we are selling, which currency we are buying. Then you focus on the base currency. Then you get the rate, the bid or the ask. Then you divide or multiply. So there's extra stress involved. Understood? Right. Note. The above examples are incomplete dash. They lack the underlying story. They lack the underlying lying. They lack the underlying story. They lack the underlying story. ... Examination sums are all story based. Examination sums are all story based. Examination sums are all story based. Full stop. Para change example. An Indian exporter to UK. An Indian exporter to UK is forced to draw the invoice in rupee. Did you understand the meaning of this sentence? You are an Indian company exporting goods to UK. Who draws the bill? The buyer or seller? Seller. So by naturality, the bill should have been drawn. Sorry, I just made a mistake. It's forced to draw the invoice in pound. Sorry. Draw the invoice in pound. So I wanted to tell you that when we draw a bill, normally the seller's currency is used. Whose currency? Seller's currency. Over here, the bill should have been drawn in what? Rupee. The bill should have been drawn in rupee, because if you are selling, you would like to draw the bill in rupee, na? Let the other person take the tension of paying rupee. That other person has pound. He will have to use the forex market to pay pound now. But he, in the negotiation, forced you that if you want to sell me the goods, you have to draw the invoice in pound. Now who has the tension? You. You are having the tension now because you are going to get the amount in what? Pound. But you want pound or rupees? Rupees. So you have to go to the forex market to convert pound into rupees. So much thinking was not required. But this is the first class. If we are building ground for export import, it's always good. So I was trying to build that ground. Think practically. If we are exporting, we'll draw the bill in rupiah. But the other party is saying that I will not take the goods from you. And we are dependent on him. So we have to forcibly draw the bill in what? Pound. And suffer currency risk. Correct? Right or later? The exporter receives pound 50,000 and wants to convert it into rupee. Wants to convert it into rupee. Now, since all of you all are applying very good brains, I can see. Therefore, I am experimenting and giving a tougher sum as compared to what I thought when I started. Abhi tak it's very easy. Just my language is more clear. Simple is, we got 50,000 pound. We need to convert into what rupee? One line, na? We got 50,000 pound. We need to convert this into rupee. But just to make you exercise your brain more, I am making it tough. Para change. Given. Rupee per dollar. 68.20 oblique 90. Dollar per pound 1.3650 oblique 10. Calculate the amount of rupee received on conversion. Calculate the amount of rupee received on conversion. Calculate the amount of rupee received on conversion. Amount of rupee received on conversion. So for 2 minutes I am not helping. Okay? I am wanting you to exercise your brain. We have 50,000 pound, we need to convert this into rupee. Okay, we have 50,000 pound, we need to convert this into rupees. So we have 50,000 pound, we need to convert this into rupees. Yes, any answer? 465? 465, 465. Okay, 465, 4650 is what people are saying. Since you all had done the earlier sum on cross rate, the thought process was already there. Ki sir, we need to convert pound into what? Dollars. And then convert dollars into what? Rupee. Because the direct rate of rupee and pound is not given. And up till now we have not learned how to calculate the direct rate. Okay, so let's convert pound into dollars, dollars into rupee. So you are selling pound. You are selling pound at 1.3650. So it will be 50,000 into 1.3650. That much dollars. Now you are selling dollars at 68.2 to get what? Rupees. So those of you who have done 50,000 into 1.3650 into 68.2, that's correct. 465, 4650. Okay? So those of you who have been able to think this, brain is running very, very nicely. Perfection. But for me, it's wrong to set this sum right now because I have not taught cross rate. Okay? So it's good to give the hint of something that's going to come later. Okay? And especially people are picking it up. That's great. Okay? Let's write down the solution. Solution. Step 1. Step 1. Pound to dollars. You can use symbols. Okay, and pound to dollar. Dash. 50,000 into 1.3650. 50,000 into 1.3650. Now since this multiplication will not involve any rounding off, so let's multiply. How much are we getting? Yeah? 68,250 dollars. Okay, 68,250 dollars. Step 2. Dollars to rupee. Dash 68. 250 into 68.2. 68250 into 68.2. Yeah. 4650 rupees. Okay. So when I will actually teach you cross rate now, you will find me making a particular statement. All sums on cross rate can be done without cross rate. What? All sums on cross rate can be done without cross rate, and you have proven this. We have done this sum without cross rate. I have not applied real algebra. So all the sums of cross rate that we'll do in part 2 can be done without cross rate if anybody wishes, but it takes more time. Okay, cross rate just shortens it. Next example. A Swiss exporter to UK draws the invoice for CHF 5 lakh. Swiss exporter to UK draws the invoice for CHF 5 lakh. So यहाँ पे the invoice is in CHF. Who will have to take the pains of going for conversion? The UK importer. The Swiss exporter doesn't have any pain. He's going to get 5 lakh CHF. It's the duty of the UK person to go to the bank to buy CHF 5 lakh. Are you understanding? The UK person has to go to the bank to buy CHF 5 lakh. Full stop. Para change given. CHF per USD. (3.6820/10). GBP per USD 0.6940/90. Find out the pound outflow. Find out the pound outflow. Find out the pound outflow for the UK party. Find out the pound outflow for the UK party. Find out the pound outflow for the UK party. Okay, take your time. Yes, tell me the first step. So we have to buy CHF 5 lakh. We have to buy CHF 5 lakh. Any person who did not understand we have to buy cannot start the sum. You are the UK party, you have to pay the amount. So you have to buy CHF 5 lakh. But CHF is given against USD. So to buy 5 lakh CHF, you have to first of all find out how much USD required. So which rate will be used? 3.6910. Everybody focus please. We have to buy CHF, but the base currency is USD. Oh, you said a wrong answer. We have to buy CHF, which means we have to sell USD, no? We have to buy CHF, which means we have to sell USD. Therefore, the rate used will be 3.6820. You said 3.6910. That was wrong. We have to buy CHF, means what? Sell USD. So which rate? 3.6820. Are you okay with it? We have to buy CHF, which means we have to sell USD. I will dictate by myself. You don't have to write right now. So 3.6820, and this is the rate of USD, while 5 lakh is CHF. So it will be divided. So the first step will be 5 lakh divided by 3.6820. That much dollars you got or you require? You require to buy 5 lakh CHF. You require that much dollars. You require that much dollars. Now you have to buy that much dollars. So you have to buy dollars. Dollar is the base currency over here. You have to buy dollars over here at 0.6990 multiplied. So we have to first of all divide 5 lakh by 3.6820 and then later multiply the result with 0.6990. Of course it's tough, but it's very, very good practice. Wonderful practice. You are able to think about the logic, think about the base currency, choose the rate, choose, divide, multiply. There's so much of practice going on inside it. Okay, write down please. Solution. Step 1. Buy CHF means sell USD. Buy CHF means sell USD at 3.6820. Buy CHF means sell USD at 3.6820. Therefore, USD required equal to 5 lakh divided by 3.6820. USD required equal to 5 lakh divided by 3.6820. Do not calculate, leave it that way. USD required 5 lakh divided by 3.6820, because if we calculate there will be rounding after. So leave it like that. Step 2. Step 2. Now we need to buy USD. Now we need to buy USD. Now we need to buy USD at 0.6990. Now we need to buy USD at 0.6990. So pound required, GBP required. GBP required is equal to 5 lakh divided by 3.6820. 5 lakh divided by 3.6820. The whole multiplied by 0.6990. The whole multiplied by 0.6990. 0.6990. What is the answer? 94921.24 pound. 94921.24 pound. Okay. The way I have dictated in step 1 and step 2, does the CA Institute do like this? No. They never explain a single line. Okay. Their thing would have been perhaps convert CHF to USD, convert USD to pound. I did the extra thing so that at home you will not be confused. We are buying CHF, but CHF is the price currency. That means we are selling USD. That's why the bid rate. So I wanted that process to be in your mind. Okay. So indirectly there's a blessing in disguise going on. As a result of my giving you the sums on cross rate, these types where double conversion is there, the practice of what I intended to is becoming very, very high. Superb practice, because I'm giving you sums in which there are multiple conversions within the same sum. So you have to every time think, okay, the numerator currency, the denominator, what are we doing? Multiply, divide. Next step, what should we do? Okay, we got this currency, now what? Or we require this currency, now what? Okay, write down please. Just 1 second. Okay, write down. A Pakistani importer had to come now. A Pakistani importer from UK got to pay pound 70,000. Full stop. Calculate the amount of PKR INR is Indian rupee. PKR is what? Pakistani rupee. Calculate the amount of PKR required to settle the payment. Calculate the amount of PKR required to settle the payment. Dash. So we have PKR per INR. $26.20 oblique 50. USD per INR .1760 oblique 0.1760 oblique 0.1790. GBP per USD 0.6850 oblique 0.6880. You may have checked via the second and third rate, there is no googly. You might be able to see from the second rate and third rate, there is no googly. It is so stupid that some people think that if bad rates are given, there is googly. We never mentioned that. USD INR 0.17 got to be the price of rupee. If it was the price of dollar, it should have been 68 point something, 70 point something. GBP USD, the rate is less than 1. It is the price of what? Dollars. Correct? Do the sum. So there is triple conversion in the sum. There is triple conversion in the sum. Can you see? The Pakistani importer has to first of all buy pound. Think about the process first of all. The Pakistani importer has to buy pound using which currency? Look at the board. Pakistani importer has to buy pound using which currency? USD. Because pound is given against USD. Then he has to buy that much USD using which currency? INR. Then he has to buy that much INR using which currency? PKR. Ultimately he will default. Okay, that's a simple way. Rather than trying to think about all this, he can just simply default, citing Kashmir. He will not pay. Okay. So while sometimes teaching for the CFA curriculum, I tended to take such examples on Pakistan. And then CFA is taught in the pendrive, Google Drive mode, and some students of Pakistan also buy the same. So they became extremely offended. So I keep it in my regard that I don't have to take any Pakistan example while teaching CFA, but I can exhaust that while teaching CA, no? So go stepwise, think about it. In the first step, sir, we are supposed to buy pound. But what's the base currency? This. So which rate will be used? Then divide or multiply. Then you get a figure on the calci. That figure is which currency? Do you require that or do you have that? the next step. If you require that, you got to buy that currency. It's a very logical process. Are you okay with step 1? Give me the answer of step 1, the process, not the exact answer. The process of step 1. We need to buy pound. How much dollars required? The process, please. 70,000 divided by 0.6850. Because you are buying pound, that is selling dollar. Anybody who is continuously making a mistake, the reason is you are not focusing on the base currency. We have to buy pound. That means we have to sell dollars. So the bid rate. And this rate is of dollars, while 70,000 is pound. It will be divided. Write down please. Step 1. Buying pound means selling dollars. Therefore, dollars required equal to 7,000 divided by 0.6850. Leave it like that. 7,000 divided by 0.6850. 7,000 divided by 0.6850. Okay, leave it like that. Oh, 70,000. 70,000 by 0.6850. 70,000 by 0.6850. So much of dollars required. So much of dollars required. So we have to buy dollars over here, na? Yeah, tell me this amount, divide or multiply by which rate? Now you have to buy dollars. So the amount that you have calculated, divide or multiply by which rate? Once again, you have to buy dollars, that means sell rupee. Buy dollar means sell rupee. So it will be divided by 0.1760. Write down. Step 2. Buying dollar means selling rupee. Buying dollars means selling rupee. Dash. So rupee required. So rupee required 70,000 divide by, in the denominator, 0.6850 into 0.1760, both are in the denominator. 0.6850 into 0.1760, both are in the denominator. Upar 70,000 in the numerator. In the denominator we have 0.6850 into 0.1760. Now step 3. Step 3. Just 1 second. Now we have to buy rupee. The Pakistani person has to buy rupee. So to buy rupee is to buy rupee. We don't buy rupee means this, means nothing. Rupee is the base currency, na? So buying rupee means the ask rate 26.50 multiplied. Write down. Step 3. Now buy rupee. Now buy rupee using PKR. Now buy rupee using PKR. Dash. Amount required equal to whatever you got in step 2, that into 26.50. Whatever you had in step 2, that into 26.50. Okay, whatever you have in step 2, that into 26.50. Yeah, what is the answer? 153,865. 29.52. So this guy will default obviously. Why would he pay 1,53,86,529? Okay. 1,53,86,529.52 PKR. Okay. So if you were to revisit these 3 examples, you will be able to, I think, really tax your brains on currency conversion. However, to make this perfect, understand from this whole portion that we have done in part 1, nothing is going to come. Okay, it will be used heavily. So it's good that we have understood the stuff and we move further into the areas which are going to come. Okay, but before I do that, I'd just like to conclude this part 1 with one thing which I said in between: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. 3 types of market. Tier 1 between RBI and banks. Tier 2, interbank, wholesale. Tier 3, retail. Let's write down. Point number 3. Point number 3. The FX market. The FX market is organized. FX market is organized into 3 tiers. FX market is organized into 3 tiers. FX market is organized into 3 tiers. Okay, draw the same please. The top tier is RBI and banks. The middle tier is interbank or wholesale. The lower tier is retail. Okay, now everything that I say is exam oriented. So why did I discuss this part? Because I know this will not come in the exam. What are the 3 tiers of the forex market will not come. So I said this because in certain sums what happens is that, do not copy, we are discussing, SBI is quoting rupee per dollar 68.40 oblique 68.60 in the wholesale market. Which market? Wholesale. Which means this is applicable for other banks. This is the interbank quote. The SBI is inviting other banks. Other banks, you want to buy dollar, come at 68.6. Other banks, you want to sell dollar, come at 68.4. It's okay, na? Other banks are customers. In those sums only, in this sum, which is interbank, there's a retail customer. There's a retail customer who comes to SBI. Retail customer comes to SBI to buy dollar. So obviously we know that retail people have to pay more. So the rate at which SBI will sell dollar, the customer will be able to buy, will be 68.6 or 68.6 plus something or 68.6 minus something. Plus something. 68.6 plus something. That plus something is called TT buying commission. What? Sorry, wrong. I said wrong. TT selling commission. TT selling commission. TT is telegraphic transfer. TT is telegraphic transfer. It just used, the word is used, it has no significance. The way by which the amount gets transferred. TT is a retail word. TT selling commission. I am using the word selling commission because what is SBI doing? Selling or buying? Selling, the customer is buying. So the word selling is used from the bank's point of view. Okay. So the rate at which a retail customer can buy, is equal to the interbank ask rate. Interbank ask rate plus TT selling commission. Not the buying commission. Selling commission. Okay. You understood the other story? If a retail customer wants to sell, he will be able to sell at option number 1, 68.4 minus something or 68.4 or 68.4 plus something. Minus something, he has to suffer. So I've seen people understand minus or plus. But which commission? Buying commission. Because customer is selling, the bank is buying. So 68.4 minus TT buying commission. So can we say TT selling rate? TT selling rate is equal to 68.6 plus TT selling commission. Selling word is from the bank's point of view. The customer is what? Buying. TT buying rate. Who is buying? The bank. The customer is selling. Okay. So TT buying rate is equal to 68.4 minus TT buying commission. The one thing which will hurt you is the buying word. That's hurting you. What to do? They are using the word from the bank's point of view. But we are understanding things from the customer's point of view. Okay? So in certain sums, when interbank rates are given, but we have to do retail transaction, there will be TT buying commission given, TT selling commission given. You have to adjust the rate, then do the sum. Adjust the rate, then do the sum. Is it fine? Write down please. You have drawn this, no? After the drawing. Rates in the retail market. Rates in the retail market. Rates in the retail market are often called telegraphic transfer, often called telegraphic transfer, often called telegraphic transfer, that is TT rates. Telegraphic transfer, that is TT rates. Telegraphic transfer, that is TT rates. Full stop. These rates are obviously unfavorable. These rates are obviously unfavorable because I could not dictate higher or lower, na? Unfavorable. These rates are obviously unfavorable for the retail customer. For the retail customer. And these are manufactured. I repeat, these rates are obviously unfavorable for the retail customer. And these are manufactured. And these are manufactured by charging TT buying or selling commission. TT buying or selling commission. Full stop. Para change. In the interbank example, para change example. In the interbank market, comma, SBI quotes. In the interbank market, comma, SBI quotes rupee per dollar 68.40 oblique 68.60. 68.40 oblique 68.60. Next line. TT buying commission equal to 0.2%. TT selling commission equal to 0.25%. Calculate the TT rates in 4 decimal places. Calculate the TT rates in 4 decimal places. Calculate the TT rates in 4 decimal places. Solution. The rate at which customer can buy dollar. The rate at which a retail customer can buy dollar. The rate at which a retail customer can buy dollar is known as TT selling rate. The rate at which a retail customer can buy dollar is known as TT selling rate. Is known as TT selling rate. Next line. It is equal to interbank ask rate plus TT selling commission. It is equal to interbank ask rate plus TT selling commission. Interbank ask rate plus TT selling commission. So 68.60 plus 0.25% of 68.60. 68.60 plus 0.25%, okay? 0.25% of 68.60. You will have to do 0.0025 into 68.6. Yeah, tell me the answer, 4 decimal place. 68.7715. 68.7715. Para change. The rate at which a retail customer can sell dollar. The rate at which a retail customer can sell dollar is known as the TT buying rate. The rate at which a retail customer can sell dollar is known as TT buying rate. Is known as TT buying rate. Full stop. It is equal to interbank bid rate minus TT buying commission. Interbank bid rate minus TT buying commission. The customer is selling, he'll get less. Interbank bid rate minus TT buying commission. So 68.40 minus point what percent? 2% of 68.40. 68.40 minus 0.2% of 68.40. Yes? 68.2632. It's 0.2%, not 0.2. So 0.002 into 68.4 to be deducted from 68.4. Or if you want to do it directly, 99.8% of 68.4. How much? 99.8%. Okay? So, that's the retail market. Get the heading, part 2. Part 2, cross rates. Part 2, cross rates. So I could not go to any sum from the book because from part 1 nothing comes. So how do I manufacture a sum? Okay, so it's all been my examples. We have done number of sums. We have done around 20 sums today only. But it's all been my examples. Okay, cross rates. So given the hint of part 1, you got the understanding of cross rate. Cross rate means that we are given A by B and we are given B by C and we have to find out what? A by C. Cancel the common currency. Cancel the common currency. Which is the common currency over here? B. And you get the rate between A and C. That's called cross rate. To begin with, my focus is on mechanical calculation of cross rate without any discussion of why this is at all required in the world. I'm not going into that. I'm not diverting you. I'm trying to focus only on mechanical calculation of cross rate using basic algebra. Understood? My first step is mechanical calculation of cross rate using basic algebra. Okay? And then I'll come to why are we doing all this? What is the implication? What type of sums comes? Okay? Please write down. Point number 1. Given A by B and B by C, given A by B and B by C, comma, we got to cancel the common currency B. We got to cancel the common currency B. We got to cancel the common currency B and calculate the cross rate A by C. And calculate the cross rate A by C. Full stop. Point number 2. This calculation requires basic algebra. This calculation requires basic algebra. Dot, dot, dot. Try it. Basic algebra, dot, dot, dot. Try it. Try it. Yes, so I'm giving examples, you give me the answers one shot. Okay? Example, copy. Dollar per pound, 1.6420. Dollar per rupee, 0.1725. Therefore, rupee per pound. Sorry, 0.17 is very big. I just made a mistake. Just 1 second. Yeah, 0.0175. If you are blocked, in case you are blocked, you got to think we have to cancel dollar. In case you are blocked, you only got to think I have to cancel dollar from algebra. So if it's a question of algebra, you should think this is my task. I need to cancel dollar. Will we multiply or divide? Divide, because think about the opposite. If you multiply, it will become dollar square. Dollar per pound into dollar per rupee is dollar square by rupee into pound. Obviously we have to divide. Obviously we have to divide. Now just 1 second, pay attention. If we have to divide, the thing comes into my mind, should I do this divided by this? Or should I do this divided by this? Which one should I do? The answer is not to be marked up, the answer is to be just felt. If you do the first one, in that case, can you see dollar is cancelled out. In the numerator, are you left with pound or 1 by pound? 1 by pound, perfect. You don't need pound in the numerator, you need pound in the denominator. Okay, when I can divide this, I got pound in the numerator or 1 by pound? 1 by pound, perfect. I don't need pound in the numerator. In the answer, I need pound in the denominator. Denominator, I got 1 by rupee. That rupee goes up. Perfect. This is what we're supposed to do. The tension in your faces is because it's algebra. Same thing. This thing, same thing taught in class 4. Perfect. Okay, so we'll take some time, no issues. So the answer is 1.6420 divided by 0.0175. Yes, what is it? 93 point? Now we don't know, listen, whether the answer is to be calculated in 2 decimal place or 4 decimal place, that is not known. That can't be known. If it is not known, it's better to calculate 4 decimal place. 93.8286. Okay, this is rupee per pound. As far as I can understand, I'm sure nobody has the doubt, sir, how did we understand that we have to divide? Because as soon as you have the doubt, please do the other thing, multiply, and you'll get the answer. Because dollar into dollar is what? Dollar square. How can it be dollar square? We are supposed to cancel dollar. The only friction would be which to divide by which. So divide and see, na? By algebra, divide and see what's left in the numerator. Sir, pound? No, 1 by pound. Perfect. I need pound in the base. Second one, example. Euro per dollar, 0.9450. Euro per pound, 1.3680. Therefore, dollar per pound. Okay, so divide or multiply? Divide, because that is how euro will be cancelled. If you are having a doubt, you say, I am not understanding divide or multiply, I am not understanding how to explain that. Because certain things are not explainable. Na? If you multiply, it will be euro into euro, euro square. It has to be divided. Now the second thought is, sir, should we divide this by this? Let's check. What's the problem? If we are dividing euro cut, what is left in the numerator? Dollar or 1 by dollar? 1 by dollar, but you need dollar in the numerator. That means you are doing wrong. You should do what? This. It's very simple. Why are you pressurizing yourself? How will I understand which to divide by what? Give it 1 minute. Na? Apply your brains. Give it 1 minute. Okay. So the answer is 1.3680 divide by 0.9450. Yes? 1.4 476. 4476. Okay, 1.4476. Answer. Some people are getting tension, which is not justified. Next example. Dollar per euro. 1.0980. Pound per euro. 0.8020. Calculate pound per dollar. So once again the common currency is in the denominator. So to cancel it you have to divide. How will euro get cancelled? Only when you divide. Now once again the point comes which to keep in the numerator. Why are you trying to learn? Give 1 second to it. So let's divide this by this. Okay. So euro cut. What is left in the numerator? Dollar. But we require what? Pound. That's wrong. So we should divide this. You have to give it 1 second. Okay, so the answer is 0.8020 divided by 1.0980. What is the answer? 0.7304. 0.7304. Okay, 0.7304. Next example. Rupee per dollar, 68.20. Dollar per pound, 1.3620. Therefore, rupee per pound. So this time you have to multiply, because dollar is the common currency, dollar is in the denominator and in the numerator. Only if you multiply dollar cut. So rupee per pound, 68.20 into 1.3620. What is it? 90? 88? 92.884. So multiply is very easy, because the tension is not there. Which one first, which one second? In divide, there's a little bit of tension, which to keep in the numerator, which in the denominator. But that also tension, I said, no, don't take the tension. Think about it. If I divide, what will I left? That's it. The crux was how to cancel the common currency. What was the teaching? Look at the common, how to cancel the common currency. Because the common currency has to be cancelled. That is the calculation of cross rate. Point number 3. Point number 3. Cross rate in the presence of bid ask. Cross rate in the presence of bid ask. Cross rate in the presence of bid ask. You could have seen that the point number 2 examples were without bid ask. A bid ask is there. So first of all, be clear, we have understood divide or multiply. We have understood means we have understood the process. We can apply our brains. But when bid ask is given, it will be like this. I am discussing A by B, don't copy, 1/2 say C by B 3/4. We require A by C dash oblique dash. Pay attention. A by B 1/2, C by B 3/4. We require A by C. What is to be cancelled? B. How is it to be cancelled? Divide. So we have understood, sir. We got to divide. Let's check what by what. If this is cancelled, what are left? A by C, perfect. So we are clear. But now we are blocked because you can divide this by this, or this by this, or this by this, or this by this. How many answers possible? 4. I'm speaking them out in words. Bid by bid, or bid by ask, or ask by bid, or ask by ask. There are 4 possible answers. We require 2 answers, bid and ask. Now the 2, we are trying to develop a rule over here, a formula of how to go about in future. The formula has to be such that the resultant bid rate, the blue tick, is always less than the ask rate. Whatever formula we come to the conclusion, the bid rate has to be less than the ask rate no matter whatever figures are given. So, out of the 4 answers possible, 1/3, 1/4, 2/3, 2/4, which do you think is the lowest? 1/3, 1/4, 2/3. Don't pick up 1 and 2 literally. So 1/4 is the lowest. I'm not talking about the numbers 1/4. 1 is a notation over here. I mean to say this is alpha, beta, gamma, delta, theta, whatever. That way. 1 to represent that. But that would be too heavy. So which one is the lowest? 1/4. Because out of 1 and 2, which is the lowest? 1. Out of 3 and 4, which is the highest? 4. If you divide the lowest by the highest, you get the lowest. Correct? If you divide the lowest by the highest, you'll get the lowest, no? Which is the highest? 2/3. Because out of 1 and 2, which is the highest? 2. Out of 3 and 4, which is the lowest? 3. If you divide the highest by the lowest, you'll get the highest. Common sense? We know that we have to keep 1 or 2 in the numerator, 3 and 4 in the denominator. Now, keep the lower one in the numerator, 1. Keep the higher one in the denominator, 4. Lowest. Now we want the highest answer. Keep the higher one in the numerator, 2. The lower one in the denominator, 3. 2/4. 2/3. Which means, henceforth, we don't have the time to do all this in the exam hall. We got to remember, whenever you are doing cross rate with the help of bid ask, cross rate with the help of bid ask, and the answer is coming via division. Answer is coming via division. You got to do cross. Mechanically prepared. When the cross rate is coming via bid ask, you got to do what? Cross. Bid by ask, bid rate. Ask by bid, ask rate. Okay? Write down please. Case 1. Case 1, given A by B 1/2. Next, C by B 3/4. Show the arrow sign. Therefore, implied A by C. Implied A by C is 1 divided by 4/2 divided by 3. Okay, 1 divided by 4, 2 divided by 3. Okay, cross. Case 2. A by B 1/2. B by C 3/4. Implied A by C. Think about it. Which is the common currency? B, how to cancel B? Multiply. So there are 4 multiplication possible, 1 into 3, 1 into 4, 2 into 3, 2 into 4, which will give the lowest one. 1 into 3, lower into lower, lowest, will give the highest one. 2 into 4, higher into higher, highest. So we have 1 into 3 oblique 2 into 4. Okay, bid into bid, bid, ask into ask, ask. When it's multiply, go straight. When it's divide, go cross. Multiply, go straight, divide, go cross. Everybody remembers it. You'll also remember once we spend time with it. But otherwise, prima facie, you got the stuff. Now, generally what I do is that when something is very important, I'm going to start with it in the next class. I tend to ensure that towards the end of the class, I do some part of it so that in case you are a bit late in the next class, and I start a fresh topic altogether, it's gone now. Then to the initial 15 minutes gone and the entire class is gone. Okay, so I'll keep on doing this. You will find towards the end of the class, surprisingly, I start a new discussion, which I don't complete. So if people are immature, they'll go home and feel that last part I did not understand nicely. Because when do you understand nicely? When time is given to it. Have we given time to it? No, we have not practiced. But it's done as work in progress. So that in tomorrow's class, you got some hint. If you come even 2 minutes, 5 minutes late, you are not away from the topic. Okay? So no homework today because we haven't done anything which can be given from the book. Okay.